Good morning, COPA Johannesburg, and all of our YouTube listeners out there tuning in to this podcast. My name is Ian Gertenbach, and I'm joined by
Honey Molasses. Hello,
Honey
hello,
Molasses.
Honey. How you guys
Thank you
doing?
so much for joining me once again after this unbearably long hiatus.
It's been long.
It has been long.
I missed you.
Too long.
Yeah.
Too long. Anyways, just for those who are tuning in for the very first time, the Week in Music History, as this segment is called, is where we go down the annals of history and the archives of time and pick out just interesting things that have happened over the course of history in music. Let us get started, and let me just say that all facts are gleaned from thisdayinmusic.com. Without their tireless work, this would not be possible. All right, on Monday, the 20th of February in 2010, an event was staged at the Barbican, a venue, I'm assuming, in London, where 40 zebra finches made music by landing on various guitars and cymbals. The flock of finches would land on Gibson Les Paul guitars, which were plugged into amplifiers, and land on upturned cymbals being used as bird feeders to make random sounds. A video clip of the installation on YouTube had been watched more than 520,000 times, and who knows how many more times since then. Random, right?
Zebra finches.
Zebra finches.
So
types of birds, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
A finch is a type of bird, so I'm guessing a zebra finch is one that looks nothing like a zebra, because that's what the animal world is like, you know.
So they just let them go, and they just...
I'm guessing they put a whole bunch of food all over the place, and then like as an art installation, like, ooh, we'll get a bunch of finches to land on things.
That is not weird at all.
Yeah, no.
You know what? It's cool.
Art, man. Anything is acceptable. All right. On Tuesday, what happened there, Latoya?
On Tuesday, on the 21st of February in 1986, Metallica released their third album, The Master of Puppets, considered by many as their... by many in the metal community to be one of the most influential and indeed the best metal album of all time. This was the last Metallica album with the bassist Cliff Burton, who was killed when the group's tour bus was overturned in southern Sweden while touring to promote the album. That is very sad.
It is really sad.
I actually haven't listened to this album.
Beg your pardon?
I haven't listened to this album.
No. It's but like I say, it's or like the fact says, and most metal fans will tell you this. It is one of the seminal heavy metal albums. I'm not that big of a Metallica fan, but it is good. Okay. It is good. And then still on the Metallica vibe, on Wednesday, 22nd of February in 1989, just 4 years after that horrible incident, a category for heavy metal was included at the Grammy Awards for the very first time. Metallica did perform on stage, but their award actually went to Jethro Tull, a great band, but definitely not stylistically heavy metal, according to me. Understandably, many audience members booed and were fairly annoyed about it.
Wait, were they that bad? So, like, what do they make, Jethro?
Have you heard of the song Aqualung by any chance?
Yeah, no.
White people music from back in the day, you know. But they very much like Jethro Tull, very much like sort of like classic rock, like progressive rock, like not heavy metal, you know, like easy listening for some, you know. So it was quite a scandal at the time. Is
that almost like Evanescence and no? Not at all.
Like I say, Jethro Tull were like active in the 70s for the most part, so like 70s rock with flute.
With flute.
Honey Molasses flute.
There is a band that does that. I just forget what they're called, but they're quite interesting. Yeah.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah.
All right. And then on Thursday, what happened there?
On Thursday, the 23rd of February in 1985, Stevie Wonder was arrested during an anti-apartheid demonstration outside the South African Embassy in Washington. He was released after being questioned by police. First of all, listen, the man's blind.
Yeah.
He can't see what's happening.
No.
How are you arresting someone that is blind?
Yeah.
No,
that's not fair. He's got ears, you know. I mean,
he's still blind.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know his own kids. So
what I want to know is how he answered the questions that led to him being released. Like, oh, sorry guys, it was actually all just a bit of a big joke or what have you. When in actuality it wasn't.
No.
Good for him, I say.
Good
even back in the day, you know, guys like Stevie Wonder were, shall I say, blindly rushing into protest.
Wow, you went there, didn't you?
All right. Anyways, moving on. On Friday, the 24th of February in 2010, The 50 Cent rapper person was being sued over claims he unlawfully distributed a homemade sex video. A woman by the name of Listonia Leviston, a gangster name if I ever heard one, filed legal action in Manhattan saying she made the private video with a lover, unspecified, in 2008 and alleged that 50 Cent posted the video on his website last year after blurring out the lover's face and editing himself into it as a narrator. Why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Like,
that's the most gangster thing I've ever come across. Listen, Kim Kardashian can sit down with this one.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
This is the best one.
Exactly.
I've actually never heard of the story. This is the first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
50%, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, on Saturday, on 25th of February in 1989, Simple Minds were at #1 on the UK singles chart with Belfast Child. At 6 minutes 39 seconds, it became the second longest running #1 after the Beatles' Hey Jude. Go on about how this is significant because generally pop songs that just reach the top of the charts and stay there for a while clock in a golden formula of popular songs lengths around 3 minutes tops.
Yeah. It's exactly between 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you, like, this is why it's actually quite a big thing that, like, a song that long managed to stay on the charts, at the top of the charts, mind you, for that long. So there's hope for the human race yet.
All right, but like for radio editing, isn't that, don't they just cut them off after like 3 minutes or something?
Generally, but like I say, from what I've learned, generally, like, that's the golden formula. Like,
okay.
like for the most part, people tend to have an attention span for like pop songs for roughly about 3 minutes 30 seconds. Like, and you can see it yourself. Most of the very popular pop songs nowadays are generally between like 3 minutes to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So quite an accomplishment, given that it was 6 minutes and 39 seconds. That's like prog rock level, you know.
So it really lasted that long.
That is long, dude. Like, it's like a 7-minute long song.
This feels like a house song.
Yeah. Anyways, and finally, to cap off this week's look back into the archives of interesting things that happened in music history, on Sunday, 26th of February in 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller went to #1 on the US album chart. It went on to become the most successful album of all time, with sales over 50 million copies.
I'm not even going to dispute that. It's Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
You just...
I really like that album.
Yeah?
Actually. Yeah.
You're just not a general fan.
No, what?
Oh, wait. I must have misheard you.
Okay. This is... I'm saying I'm not going to dispute it because, like, it's
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He was, like, the biggest pop artist of our,
The biggest pop artist
Yeah.
of all time,
yeah, he's
basically.
like the king.
The king.
Yeah.
The king.
So does that mean... I've always wanted to know because most people are like, Prince was the king.
Yeah.
And then they say Michael was the king. Like,
Yeah.
what do you... Like, for you, who do you think stands out mostly?
As like the king of pop. It's all contextual, I suppose. I mean, in the 50s, Elvis was the king of pop, up
That
until
is
he
true.
died. And you know what happens when a king dies? Someone else has to take up the throne, So
their place.
Michael Jackson came along. My question to you, though, is who is the current king of pop?
We don't have one.
We don't have one.
For me, personally,
Okay.
I don't believe we have
There are
one.
no contenders to the
Yeah,
throne.
no. Apparently, Justin Bieber could be one. He's like a little mini prince prancing around there, but I just do not feel it.
More like a spoiled little duke,
Yeah.
really, as
Yeah.
opposed to a king. Well, all bias aside, let's hope that a new king of pop who is worthy of the title actually assumes the mantle one day.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's gonna take a while though. So.
Yeah. But anyways, that was this week in music history. Thank you very much again, Honey Molasses, for making my voice sound a little bit more attractive with your sugary saccharine sweet.
That's what I do.
That's what you do, man. That's
All
what you
day,
do.
every day.
Anyways, all of those out there, please give us your thoughts and feedback on these little facts and on anything, really. If you want to tell us what you ate for breakfast, that's fine too. We'll probably interact. We desperate for interaction. I'm just joking. But yes, please interact with us on Facebook and Twitter and on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at COPA SA, on Twitter at COPA_SA. For those who don't know what an underscore, it's that weird little like hyphen thing that's
At
actually
the bottom.
fallen off from its pedestal and now it's just lying on the floor and no one's bothering to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
And obviously on Instagram, it's the same thing, COPA at COPA _SA. And if you're all about them handles and hashtags, feel free to hashtag COPA Artist, COPA Radio, and COPA Life. And I think that is the wrapping up of this wrap.
Yeah. Goodbye to everybody.
Have a good one.
We'll see you next week.